r/askreddit. What myth is still widely circulated as truth?
Something about touching baby birds and their parents abandoning them due to the smell of human touch.
One time my son came home smelling like a bird, and I told him to get the hell out and never come back.
Nobody wants a chicken fucker for a son. That we only use 10% of our brain.
Do people still really believe that? Might as well give them a degree in phrenology then?
I prefer retro-phrenology. Instead of reading bumps on the head and deducing things about the person, you take a small hammer and put bumps on the head to give person the things they want about themselves.
That you can reduce fat from a particular body part.
Then why do I have a goddamn needle dick? It's obviously because I work it out so much.
He may have a needle D, but he fucks like a sewing machine.
Organic crops don't use pesticides or herbicides.
Can you expand upon this?
Knuckle cracking doesn't lead to arthritis. It's just an old wives' tale people use in place of simply telling you it's annoying them. Crack away.
Another one is that it's illegal to drive with the interior light on. It's not. It's just harder to see at night with it on, so drivers don't like it on when driving.
My parents just always said it annoys the F out of them, not that it was illegal. To this day, it feels illegal to turn the interior lights on, even in my own car, when I'm alone in it.
That Marilyn Manson removed 2 of his ribs to blow himself.
So you're telling me I didn't have to remove 2 of my ribs to be able to blow Marilyn Manson?
You didn't have to, but I appreciate you going the extra mile.
Gum takes 7 years to digest.
No, that's if you eat people. People take 7 years to digest.
No, gum takes 7 people to digest.
The food pyramid.
So much bread.
Everybody knows about big tobacco and big pharma, but what about big gluten using scams like this to line their pockets?
Scientists don't know how bees fly.
Undercover police have to tell you they are policemen when you ask them.
Sounds like a perfect rumor for cops to spread.
Catherine the Great died after attempting to have sex with a horse.
I loved the way that rumour came into play on the plot of The Great on Hulu. Not the most historically accurate show, that's for sure, but it was a lot of fun. Et said, I could have easily gone my whole life without watching a sex scene featuring Klaus Baudelaire. No, thank you, Hulu.
I was adamantly told by some seniors at work not to drink the water that boiled twice, because it cooks the oxygen out of it.
Like how fans in Korea can kill you by chopping up all that oxygen.
If an HIV-positive person has sex with another HIV-positive person, they don't have to worry about protection. They do because there are 140 different strains of the HIV/AIDS virus, and getting infected with another strain, especially a potentially deadlier one, could be dangerous. Also, pregnancy is still a very big risk for HIV-positive women. If you are considering a sexual relationship, get tested and talk to your doctor about birth control.
That the tongue has different regions for salty, sweet, bitter, and sour.
Daddy long legs are actually the most poisonous spiders in the world, but don't have long enough fangs to bite you.
Your blood is blue when not oxygenated.
That was everywhere as a kid. Didn't help that our veins appear blue due to lack of light. Wouldn't blame a 9-year-old believing that.
My science teacher told this to the entire class. What a jerk!
Holding B+ down increases your chances of catching a Pokemon.
Basically, any schoolyard Pokemon rumor. I wasted so many hours scouring the Seafoam Cavern looking for that stupid mist stone.
If you beat the Elite 413 times in a row without doing anything else in between, a secret door will open up.
People believe in the whole alpha and beta wolves thing. It's not true. The leaders of the pack are the parents. In natural wolf packs, the alpha male or female are merely the breeding animals, the parents of the pack, and dominance contests with other wolves are rare, if they exist at all.
Yeah. The guy who pioneered this theory spent the rest of his life, or is spending the rest of his life, trying to debunk this.
I believe that was because he studied wolves in captivity that were forced to become a society.
The myth. You can tell if a snake is venomous or not by the shape of its pupil, slit for venomous, round for non-venomous. The truth. Pupil shape has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not a snake has venom. And if you're close enough to get a good look at a snake's pupils, you're probably close enough to get bit. The advice. If you cannot, from a safe distance, immediately identify a snake beyond a reasonable doubt. Assume it's dangerous and behave accordingly. Keep your distance, stay out of its direct path, and keep your eyes on it until one or the other of you leaves the area.
That shaving makes your beard grow better.
That one I've heard repeatedly is shaving makes your hair grow back thicker. I've had lengthy arguments with more than one person about this.
A lot of people still believe a woman sued McDonald's because her coffee was hot. In reality, the woman had third-degree burns throughout her pelvic area and only asked that her medical bills be paid.
I once.
People in general, though the world was flat until Columbus sailed the ocean blue. No, the ancient world figured that out a long time before. People just thought that it wasn't possible to sail across the ocean to Asia because sailors would run out of food by then, while Columbus thought that wasn't case because he thought Asia was bigger than contemporary estimates.
He actually thought the diameter of Earth was much smaller than contemporary estimates, too. He was very wrong. The standard estimates were accurate, but he got lucky.
That you can tell if someone is a virgin by looking at their hymen to see if it is intact.
My husband said he was a virgin when we first met, but when I checked his hymen, it was completely gone.
That you have to wait 24 before you can report a missing person. If someone is missing, go get help.
That whole you eat 7 spiders a year myth. It was created by some lady in the late 90s or early 2000s to prove that ridiculous things can be found on the internet, spread like wildfire, and believed by many.
But spiders gorge. He lives in a cave in Scotland and eats hundreds of thousands a day, bringing the average way up.
Spider's George is an outlier and should not be counted.
Urine neutralizes jellyfish stings.
That damn Friends episode.
Joey kept screaming at me.
Do it, no, do it, do it.